Hey! Alright, y'all, welcome back to the Snake Eyes Need the Dollar channel. This your boy Snake Eyes, obviously. Before we get started with today's video, y'all do a few things for me as always. Like, comment, subscribe, fire, kick all y'all asses. Now, I already know I'll do already. For both my social medias, Twitter's gonna be Snake Eyes _dollar, the dollar as in Dame Dollar. Instagram all lowercase, Snake Eyes _W dollar. Now, today on this beautiful cold ass Tuesday here in Chicago, we're here to talk about the Eagles' recent 38-31 victory. I believe it was week 7 against the Commanders in their hometown. Yes, I did watch the game in its entirety. Alright, so I want to talk about some things before we get into the game. I want to start talking about some, well, there's a few things I want to discuss. So Jalen Hurts, I believe, at the Miami game, he didn't injure at the Miami game, but the knee injury is a little bit more serious than we all thought. I think this injury is, if you ask me, this Jalen Hurts knee injury that I want to talk about first, obviously before we get into the other stuff, it's very much comparable to the shoulder injury. It's like it's good enough for him to play, just like he did a really good job of, you know, managing the shoulder injury. The knee injury, in my opinion, it's the same kind of injury. It's like it's an injury that like we should kind of keep an eye out for, because it will and did actually have an effect on this Commander game as well. Well, not necessarily. Well, I'll explain in further detail later on. But this knee is not, you know, as how should I put it? It's an injury that Jalen Hurts can play with, and we're gonna talk about Jalen Hurts because he damn sure showed that he, man, talk about this man played. I don't want to jump the gun. The bottom line is I'm mixing the fucking injuries up. This knee injury that he just acquired, not Miami, but I believe the game beforehand. According to Jalen Hurts in his press conference, he said he didn't get it while running the football. He said a majority of his injuries happen while he's in the pocket, right? And then Joey Shakes had a theory that maybe Jalen Hurts was, you know, more interception prone because he's more comfortable running outside the pocket. Even though if you ask me, Jalen Hurts is better throwing in the pocket. I think throwing on the run is something that he showed at times he can do, but consistently well, like a Patrick Mahomes, like an Aaron Rodgers, like on that type of tier, or Kyler Murray, for instance, he's kind of has to develop that ability to throw on the run. But he showed that he can make throws on the run, but I still don't think that's a consistent part of his game just yet. Okay, I think he's a much better pocket passer. But other than his ability to throw on the run, not so much. I think sometimes he'll make really good throws on the run. Other times it's like you can tell he's not really comfortable doing that 100 times. Most of the time. Most of the time, if he's extending the play, he's looking for a running lane. Okay, so this knee injury, something to keep an eye on. I think it's going to be, like I said, very similar to the shoulder injury that he suffered last year. Something that's not going to keep him back fully, but something that's probably going to nag him for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Something he's going to like be quietly dealing with. So what kind of drew me back, but I kind of expected this shit. So they asked Nick Sirianni if Marcus Mariota older, if he was to step in, would you feel comfortable? Now, everybody they mama know, if Marcus Mariota ass step in, we all in fucking trouble. But, you know, Nick Sirianni gave the politically correct answer, be like, and he gave the answer, shut me, you paying the nigga $5 million. So if you paying the dude $5 million, you better at least pretend that he gonna do something. But hopefully it won't be a situation where, like, it might turn into that. I'm just keeping y'all like it might turn into a situation where, just like with Gardner Minshew last year, Mariota might have to step in for a couple of games later on down the line. Hopefully it doesn't take place, because I don't want to see this motherfucker, like, Gardner Minshew can throw the ball a little bit. This motherfucker Mariota has no, it's like this motherfucker forgot how to throw the fucking football. Like, he's good with running the football, but this nigga forgot how to throw it. Like Jesus, like, this nigga's ass. Like, if Tanner McKee in the game, but Brian Johnson's so fucking trash, he might fuck him up too. Because it's like, last year when we had Steichen, you know, going back to what I said before, I want to make this quick because we have other stuff to talk about before we get into that, what actually took place this game. Doug Peterson had plays drawn up for Nick Foles, and he was able to differentiate between, okay, I'm running plays for Carson Wentz, and I'm running plays for Nick Foles. And, you know, Doug Peterson did a really good job of actually, you know, being able to differentiate the two and each leading to their success. Once temporarily, but whatever, that's a conversation for another day. Steichen showed that he was not able to have plays designed for Gardner Minshew's strong suits. I think that, you know, that's one knock. Steichen, I think, was like I said, in my opinion, an A- offensive coordinator, but one of the knocks against it was that he wasn't able to make adjustments for the quarterbacks that were behind Jalen Hurts. Brian Johnson, this nigga can't even fucking make plays for the starter. So God, Lord knows if this nigga's gonna be able to make plays for Mariota. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like if you draw plays for Mariota anyway, like it's gonna matter because this nigga gonna find some way to fuck it up by throwing the football. Like once the nigga has to throw the football, it's a wrap. But anyway, there's just something to look out for. Mariota might have to step in for a couple of games down the line. So don't be surprised if, like, say for instance, the second Dallas game, Hurts is out or some shit like that. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, so Hurts' knee, keep an eye on that. This is what I don't like about this. You know, this fat ass fake whatever the fuck this nigga name is. I'll probably put it in a video somewhere, but this fat ass retired congressman. Barry Brooks was saying something. Now listen, I think some of them on that panel be saying some wild shit. The host said some wild shit on the fucking, what's the name too? I forgot. Oh yeah. So first I will talk about the Barry Brooks situation. I'll tell you some wild shit that the fucking host said that just drew me fucking crazy. That's why you don't listen to Eagles media, bruh. I'm telling you right now. Get your information from Laura Brunson. Get your information from me. Get your information from Philly 500, Joey Shakes. Shit, do your own research as far as like what the actual reporters are talking about on Twitter, shit like that. Do not rely on the fucking these Eagles post game live and all these other niggas that like, cause they fucking. So I'm telling you right now, Philly 500 and Joey Shakes, and Brunson, they're 3 times better than this nigga. 3 times better. Like they say the stupidest shit. Like Cilio is the worst fucking media person to covering the Eagles I've ever heard about. This nigga just said what this motherfucker will say. Random Cunningham is better than Jalen Hurts. Like he'll say some stupid shit like that. Like he will say it's like, bro, like this nigga will even come up with saying like, bro, like don't get me fucking started. This nigga will say Nelson Ag. Let's just say I guarantee you this. How much you want to bet that this nigga will say something to the equivalent of Devontae Smith? You know, Devontae Smith struggled in the Jets game. He would have said some shit like, oh yeah, Devontae Smith gonna be a bust like Nelson Aguilar and Jalen Reagor. How much you want to bet he probably said some dumb shit like that? I'm not gonna go over to his goddamn video to go see if I was proven right. I can't even watch goddamn 5 minutes without getting pissed off. It's like I watch this shit for comical. I'm not gonna say I watch it. I don't watch it for regular, but I watched it a couple times for comic relief. His takes are so frustratingly fucking horrible that it's impossible to even sit there for 5 minutes to listen to this nigga talk. So Cilio's at the bottom of the fucking barrel. You listen to Cilio, you gotta be a crack fiend. Cause nothing this nigga say is valid. Nothing. Like you're wasting your fucking time. Shakes, myself, Brunson, Philly 500, and then go search on social media for like some of the actual reporters that's designated for the Eagles. After that, that's it. So yeah. So I want to move on to a couple of rumors, the trade rumors, right? So we got Kevin Byard that built. I mentioned that last video, how I felt about that. Obviously it's an A+ grade. We'll talk about Kevin Byard and his performance and Washington game a little bit later on in this video. But I want to talk about the Patrick Surtain rumors and the Derrick Henry rumors. I want to start with Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry is going to be quite short. Oh, can't fucking forget. So the fat ass white congressman. He started talking. Barry Brooks would say something like that was valid, and they wouldn't even fucking listen to him. At least that whatever the fuck that nigga name is, he wasn't even trying to hear it. I'm like, Barry Brooks would say something. And mind you, Barry Brooks played the game. He played the game at a pretty decent level. You know what I'm saying? He coming off with some wild takes, but as a player, he was really good. So he said something that was valid. He was like, yeah, I know, and it's something I didn't know because Jalen Hurts was playing so fucking good. I wasn't even paying attention like that. But, you know, Barry Brooks was like, yo, like this knee injury is clearly bothering Jalen Hurts. And this nigga kept fucking interrupting him. And I actually felt bad for the dude. Because number one, this nigga's actually a decent player. I don't know what the fuck you did outside of media. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever played football a day in your life. But this nigga who's actually a solid player, knows the game. Again, says some wild shit from time to time. But he knows the game. And he watched the game just like everybody else, and he said something that was actually valid, and nigga was just fucking interrupting him like a jackass. Like I didn't understand it at all. So real quickly before, because I'm gonna forget this. So the host said some other. Well, no, we'll table that. We'll table what the fucking Eagles post game live host said that just had me fucking going banana. This nigga's a fucking moron. Okay. Let's talk about the Surtain and Derrick Henry group. So let's talk about Derrick Henry because that's gonna be the quickest. Okay. We do not need no fucking Derrick Henry. We don't need a Derrick. I said, well, we need a physical bruiser back. What the fuck you think DeAndre Swift is? I mean, what I want y'all to really just think for yourselves. What the hell do you think? Are y'all thinking about last year with Miles Sanders? Because this guy DeAndre Swift can do everything. There's nothing he can't do. He's damn near the modern Le'Veon Bell. I think he's even better at it. I think he's more physical running the football. This is motherfucking. Matter of fact, this nigga trucked somebody. I don't want to jump ahead, but I kind of have to because it corresponds with my point. This nigga trucked somebody in the fucking Commanders game. So we have somebody that's physical already. You understand where I'm coming from? And we have Rashard Penny. So whether or not they're putting him to use, which I don't know why they're not using him at all. Again, there's not much room because number one, they're not even giving DeAndre Swift the proper carries. We're going to talk about Brian Johnson and his. Oh boy, like I'm gonna table it. This topic is hard for me to cover, but like we don't need fucking Derrick Henry. We don't need Derrick Henry. And what? We're going to make him a backup because he's not starting over DeAndre Swift. We're going to make him a backup. And we really don't need that. What we really need is a speed counterpart, which is supposed to be Kenneth Gainwell, which we have to have a serious conversation about Gainwell later on in this video. But we need a speed. We don't need a power counterpart because really you have DeAndre Swift, and let's just say if you really need a power back that bad, bro, you got Rashard Penny. Rashard Penny's also a physical runner, just who can run downhill pretty good, just like DeAndre Swift. But DeAndre Swift is the bruiser back. Why the fuck do we need another one, especially one that is a starting talent in this league, so we're going to make him a backup? It doesn't even make any sense. And then you got to kick one of the running backs off the road. What you going to do, kick Rashard Penny off? Then it was a waste of a pickup. You understand where I'm coming from? So you're saying we need some shit because Gainwell's not performing where he's supposed to. And also, what we actually don't, we don't need a power back. We need a speed counterpart. Somebody like a Miles Sanders which can be a counter to goddamn whatchamacallit. What's his nigga name? DeAndre Swift. We don't need a power back. We have two already. DeAndre Swift it got power himself, and if we needed that bad, Rashard Penny does as well. So really, what we need for a running back is really a speed counterpart. Again, that's supposed to be fulfilled by. I can't fucking talk. That's supposed to be fulfilled by Gainwell, but he isn't doing that great of a job this season. So the Derrick Henry shit, y'all just are fucking greedy. That's why I hate y'all. So y'all are not saying. Anytime players go, oh, we need another player. How about we can't even fucking play the players that we have on the roster. Patrick Surtain. Here's the thing. Surtain, because of how corners work in this league and because of how quickly they normally dip, you rarely ever see a corner playing at a very, very high level and well into their 30s. So corners have a very, very short shelf life. Please make it make sense why we're going to give up 2 first-round picks for a corner that, again, Patrick Surtain is a top 5 defensive player in this league. I'm not going to lie to you. Patrick Surtain is a generational talent that just happened to be playing on a shitty team, literally just being ran to the fucking ground by Sean Payton and his big-ass ego because the nigga don't know how to shut the fuck up and just coach. That's it, just coach. Stop. This nigga had to judge people and talk shit about other coaches. This nigga didn't even do anything yet. He think because that he got this high-ass price tag that the Broncos stupidly, never in my life, if I was a GM, there's no fucking way in the hell, unless you talking about John Madden himself, God rest his soul, there's no other individual on this planet that I would ever, outside of John Madden himself, that I would ever trade draft picks for. Ever in my life. Maybe Don Shula. Maybe. But, maybe Don Shula. And that's tentative. I wouldn't even fucking trade up draft picks. And Belichick is a great coach. I know it doesn't look that way because, the Patriots been struggling this year, especially offensively wise. But I wouldn't even fucking trade no draft picks for Belichick. You understand where I'm coming from? So, and Belichick is actually worth trading for draft picks. If we're going to compare the two between Sean Payton and Belichick is worth drafting the trade picks for. Sean Payton is not. You know what I'm saying? Because, Sean Payton, Drew Brees, was carrying it. I'm not gonna say it was carrying that because Sean Payton did some good coaching, but let's be real. The Super Bowl that they won was kind of flawed because of the bounty gate. So ever since that shit happened, the Saints sucked for a little bit. Then they had a slow rise. Then I guess a missed PI call ruined their chance to get the Super Bowl, which they probably would have got demolished by the Patriots anyway. So then you fucking mad if they would have won or not. It would have been like, okay, great, we got an NFC Championship under our belt, and that's about it. So yeah, y'all would have wasted the whole goddamn trip regardless. But bottom line is this. Yeah, the Patrick Surtain thing, the mock trade, it was 2 first-round picks and some other shit. It's stupid. Now, let's just say for instance, okay, we're going to give a first-round pick. Here's a problem with that. If you ask me, going into this next year's draft, we need a right tackle to replace Lane Johnson. So if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm pretty sure this was exactly what Howie Roseman was going to do. Howie Roseman was going to save that first-round pick to go get a right tackle, which is actually the right decision. It's not to give that first-round pick for cornerbacks who have a short shelf life. Like, really, when you get to 29, 30, 31, they're on their way out the door. Very rarely at that particular age are they actually playing at a high level, right? And to be honest with you, the risk isn't worth the reward. Because let's look at it like this. It ain't like we dealing with the goddamn corners. Jalen Mills came along, but I don't think that overall he's better than Bradbury or Slay. You know what I'm saying? And a couple corners here and there stepped up when picked upon, but our secondary was pretty damn bad with Jim Schwartz. However, with that being said, they're nowhere near as bad as Slay. Slay and Bradbury, if playing the correct way, they're Pro Bowl caliber corners. I do think both of them have slightly, just slightly. We'll talk about a little bit more about Slay and what's going on with Bradbury. I'm a little bit more concerned about Bradbury than Slay, but again, we're going to table that conversation. But I think those two are decent enough that you can get to a Super Bowl and you can win a Super Bowl with. It's just up to the side to put them in positions to make plays. And I do think overall both of them have to play a lot better than what they're doing. I do think that it would be nice to have some youth in the building. But honestly, to give up a first-round pick where, Jalen Hurts' contract is a hell of a lot better than most quarterbacks who get paid $500 million, who get paid. I guess you call it the Supermax, if that makes sense. Maybe you don't. But, it's getting a lot of money. The cap hits aren't bad, but they're going to start hitting soon. So why the fuck would you give up 2 first-round picks that you actually need because we paid Jalen Hurts some money? Again, cap hits ain't crazy, but a couple years, you're going to have, what? I think one might be a $30 million cap, maybe. So yeah, it's not a good idea. You need all the draft picks you can get, and I'm damn sure not giving one where priority as of right now. If I'm Howie in this first round coming up, I'm going right tackle. I'm picking the best right tackle. I'm picking the best right tackle I believe in the draft. That's going to be my first round pick if I'm Howie Roseman going to next season. So the risk is too much for the reward, right? Okay, Patrick Surtain, you get a really good young corner. Okay, but the downside, you gotta give so much. Oh my god! And really quickly, I want to make this 30 seconds because we have a lot more to talk about besides this. I gotta say, the Commanders gotta be the stupidest fucking organization ever. So because here's a reality situation. So you decided for the Bears, make it make sense why the hell. Now don't get me wrong, this Montreal Sweat is a damn good player. I think he's he's definitely up there top 10, 15. Defensive player in this league. Montrezl Sweat can play. But explain to me, Chicago Bears, why the hell, if you're not winning anything, why acquire? Why not wait till next year? Or maybe you know what? Maybe it was a good thing that way you have a building block going into next year, because who knows what the price is going to be if you have to take him off free agency. You can pay him now, which he won't be that more expensive because the majority of his money he got for it. Same thing with Kevin Byard. Excuse me, he won't be that expensive because the majority of his money was already given to him. So his cap hit may not be as much. So I guess, in a way for the Bears it makes sense. For the Commanders, it don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? To give up anybody. I think you got more leverage. And then, I don't know what Montez Sweat contract is, but if he was going to be a free agent next season, if he was going to be a free agent next season, I'd say it's the right move by the Commanders. If he was not, and he was tied to a contract, I think it's a pretty dumb move. So, I don't know if they got a first-round pick, but the Commanders didn't do a good job of really making sure that they got quality picks for the price. You know what I'm saying? It's just dumb. And then they traded Chase Young, a generational talent defensive end, to the 49ers for a fucking 3rd round pick. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't really scared of the 49ers until now. Because let's just say you lock up Bosa, you still got fucking Chase Young. You got Chase Young on the opposite side. And then you already got Javon Hargraves, who knows the fucking Eagles like back of his hand, and that Armstead, who's also a pretty good defensive tackle himself. So, Jesus Christ, that motherfucking O-line's going to have their hands full for sure. Hopefully, all the starters, including Jurgens, will be playing by the 49ers game, because I think Opeta's been playing pretty good. He got injured, by the way. I don't know what his injury status is, but I'm definitely a little scared. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like out of all, I ain't scared of the Cowboys unless they get Devontae Adams. And who Devontae Adams, real quickly, 30 seconds for this. Devontae Adams, I feel bad for the dude. You know what I'm saying? Obviously didn't like how he pushed the cameraman, but like I feel bad for because this nigga's like potentially, honestly, right now it's between Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown, but I think Devontae Adams in the right situation can get that crown back as being the best receiver in the league. And he just has his years wasted away by bad quarterback play, shitty coaching, shitty ownership. I mean, this guy Davis, this Al Davis' son, that nigga need to sell a team. He's hired bad coaches. Josh McDaniels already had a bad track record before. I don't know why the fuck you would have put somebody back on the team that had a. I don't know why would you put somebody? Why would you put somebody in the same position where they had little to no success? Not even little success. Okay. Why would you put somebody in that had little to no success and also was problematic the last time they coached? That makes no fucking sense. That's like the goddamn for instance, let's say what team is sure. That's like the goddamn Chicago Bears are hiring Urban Meyer. Like if the nigga didn't work out the fucking first time, why the hell would you expect him to work out the second time? So that shit was completely weird to me. Hiring Josh McDaniels, knowing that he has not proven to be good. He's a good coordinator, but he's not a good head coach. And he's also showing that he's a little bit of a Bill Belichick merchant. I'm just saying. I would like to get into this game now. Going over injuries, I don't think there really was. Outside of Justin Evans, Quez Watkins, I think everybody for the most part came into this game pretty healthy. There were a couple injuries, a few injuries here and there during this game. This requested guy. So we're going to start off with the offense for this game. Jalen Hurts. I'll Jalen Hurts an apology for one reason, because I misspoke on Twitter saying that he's still elite. There was nothing about this year that didn't show that he was elite. There was just some shit that he was doing that just like made me like really scratch my head. Like he would stare down receivers too long. He was missing wide open guys over and over again, and that was just something he wasn't doing his first year. You understand where I'm coming from? So that to me was concern. I'm like, damn, is this nigga falling off a bit? And he was underthrowing the football at times. So I'm like, is he falling off a little bit? But it's not the case. You know what I'm saying? I just think at the end of the day, when you deal with an offensive coordinator, especially a very fucking incompetent offensive coordinator, and I don't give a shit how many times he fucking win, until Brian Johnson shows me a perfect game or a game that I could consider decent, just like Desai has shown me some really good games. Until Brian Johnson has that type of day play calling, I'm not giving this nigga no fucking respect. He's ass, he's fucking garbage, and he needs to be fired. He might not be fired, he might be good at keeping his job into next year, but he's fucking horrible. And at the end of the day, we can say, okay, we put up more points this time around. So I want to read off his stats real quick because I don't remember off the top of my head. So for Jalen Hurts, he had 29 for 38, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 carries, 6 yards. Like he had a flawless game. I think he might have overthrown Zacchaeus one time. I don't remember, but they had a long throw to Julio. I don't know if it was his fault. Maybe Julio didn't get under it. I don't remember. Like, but I'm not worried. Honestly, the only little mistake I would say, and then when it comes to the fumble in the end zone, when it came to Jalen Hurts, I don't blame him. I think it was a very fucking stupid call for Brian Johnson to call a tush push. This nigga called a tush push way too early. Not way too early, sorry. Way too far from the end zone. Now, it looked like, okay, they're close to the end zone, but if you look at it, it's like a pretty damn long yard or two. It was really stupid to run it, so somehow the ball just got mixed up in a pile. I don't really put that fumble on Jalen Hurts. I just think it was a bad play call. I think it was not that close to the end zone. It was like at least like it was a long ass yard or two. Like it wasn't that close as much as they think. So for them to run that, it didn't make sense to me. So thank God that Brian Johnson stopped running them dumbass quarterback draws, and I think a lot of it had to do with the knee injury. But I'm telling you right now, Jalen Hurts, damn near flawless game. A plus. I'm gonna give his respect. I apologize for saying that he's still elite. They can show he was elite from I wouldn't say day one, but like Jalen Hurts is that guy. He's that guy for a reason. It was some things he did this year that made me question if he was regressing or not. And I think that's natural. But at the end of the day, never have I fallen off the Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the real deal. You got the leadership aspect, the mentality. The work ethic is fucking insane. He shows up, he holds himself accountable, and he really he's playing at a high level. His work ethic and his play both match up. You understand where I'm coming from? So, I'm never off the Jalen Hurts hype train, but I'm not gonna lie, I was concerned that he was regressing, but he showed me, not only did he show me, man, he shut my ass up because this dude was doing it with an injury with no problem. And I'm sure he's in pain. I think he couldn't even do the press conference because he had to do a whole hour. This is a tiny little thing that I don't like. But I don't blame him either because the media can be Philadelphia media, they something else. So he was asked a question about if they thought he was the best game. Basically, Jalen Hurts was sarcastic as hell, saying like, "Yo, you basically won. If you know that this is my best game, why the hell you asking me that?" I didn't necessarily like his response to that. I'm looking at him like Jalen Hurts, like scale it back just a little bit. Like that, you being too petty. But then again, the media is irritating. They never really were on his side. Sometimes they act like they with him. Other times they like, oh, Jalen Hurts is trash. He got paid all this money. Every time you pay a quarterback money, they play worse. But everybody was on that train. So I understand why he sometimes responds to the media like that because they act like real assholes when they want to be. So maybe I'm a little bit like, okay, maybe Jalen Hurts need to just get off the high horse just a little bit. But on the other end of the spectrum, it's like I get it. Philadelphia media can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I 100% agree with that. Okay, so Jalen Hurts, fantastic game, no complaints whatsoever, damn near flawless. DeAndre Swift, damn, what a truck. He played pretty damn good, but Brian Johnson, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, man. I really don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. You refuse to run a goddamn ball with DeAndre Swift. I don't understand it. Dude, do you not understand you got a top 3 running back in the fucking league right now? Really top 2. In my honest opinion, when it comes to if we're talking exclusively this year, it's a foot race between DeAndre Swift and Christian McCaffrey, who's a better running back in the league. And in my opinion, if you ask me, I'm going to put DeAndre Swift over Christian McCaffrey because I think DeAndre Swift is a better natural runner than Christian McCaffrey. But you got arguably, bruh, the same way it's a foot race between Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown for the best wide receiver in the game, it's a foot race between DeAndre Swift and Christian McCaffrey. But you're not even giving this nigga a chance. It's like every time there's a little game, you take him out. There wasn't even that many little games. Like really, DeAndre Swift took advantage of every fucking opportunity that was presented to him. And also, I got to bring this other thing up too. This Eagles hosted some stupid shit. And I think 5500 said something that was like maybe criticize him a little bit, and Joey Shakes too. But I'm not gonna get on Joey Shakes and 5500. I understand the way of thinking. This other nigga, he constantly says dumb shit. I'm gonna be on your ass. I don't give a fuck. This nigga said, "Oh yeah, DeAndre Swift shouldn't have scored." Motherfucker, let me tell you something right now. If I've been ignored the entire game, and and our offense as a whole unit has been struggling, and we got a chance to put this fucking game away and run up that motherfucking score, you best believe I'm gonna run up that motherfucking score. And it's time on the clock. So good job. And our people say that they should have put that away. No. Because at the end of the day, it's like they did the trick plays before. So even if, hypothetically speaking, it's not their first time doing a trick play off the tush push brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it. It's not their first time doing that. So at the end of the day, when it comes to DeAndre Swift, you damn right to give him a fucking end zone. You ain't gonna fuck up my contract negotiations, and you damn sure not gonna fuck up my time to shine. If we in the end zone, I got some room, I'm putting that motherfucker in there. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, he had something like that with the dude say he should have slid. Shut your dumb ass up. I think some parasites will slit your goddamn brain and then shoot away all your fucking brain cells. Like, get the fuck out of here. I swear to God. The Eagles media, I see why Jalen Hurts talk to them the way he does. Because they get on my fucking nerves, bro. Like, they say dumb, wild shit that sometimes doesn't even have any logic to it. What the fuck, bro? If I'm a running back, I believe in my heart, I'm the best fucking running back in this league, and I have the ability to be the best running back in the league. Only difference, I have a fucking dumbass offensive coordinator who will give me the ball, and then I have a chance to get in the end zone and run up the score and help our offense get some points on the board because we've been struggling to do that all year long. You damn fucking right I'm gonna take advantage of that shit. He's a fucking more saying dumbass shit, bro. Like, just completely dumb shit. So, moving on with that, DeAndre Swift had a really good game, but I think the score could have been ran more up, and fumbles could have been avoided if Swift had been in the fucking game. And we need to talk about Kenneth Gainwell, because at this point in time, I'm about to be done giving him the benefit of the doubt. The reason why I'm going to keep giving him the benefit of the doubt is this. I know people want to say, well, you know, everybody needs to be off the Gainwell train because he's played significantly bad these last 2-3-ish games. Especially this game because he finished like -4 yards, which is unacceptable, unfucking acceptable. But here's the thing. What I said last video still stands. Still stands. So at the end of the day, when it comes to Gainwell, one or two things is happening. Either he's still nursing an injury, or he's psychologically affected by the fact that he's got his job taken away by DeAndre Swift. Because something isn't right. You don't go from having 2-3 seasons of solid play, and then all of a sudden the next year after that you just completely fucking collapse and turn into a mediocre player. It doesn't make sense. So, because of that, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think about the next couple of games, if I see Kenneth Gainwell play the way he's playing, I'm going to call him trash. I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to try to be flaky on you because I fuck with Kenneth Gainwell. I did say he could have been an eventual starter on this team. Obviously, when you bring DeAndre Swift on the fucking team, you don't bring him in to be no goddamn backup now. Come on now. You just don't. But I said that Kenneth Gainwell lacks the physicality portion, but everything else he does extremely well. He's a good pass blocker. He can catch the ball out the backfield. Joey Shix was getting mad about Jalen Hurts, sorry. Joey Shix was getting mad at Jalen Hurts for dumping the ball off, but I'm like, he went through his progressions. He didn't find anybody open. So, yeah, throwing the fucking, if he's open, yeah, throwing the ball 5 times. If he's open and he's on the field, there's something, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to fucking ignore a wide open player. You understand where I'm coming from? So, Gainwell, if you don't step your shit up, I'm going to rant and call you fucking trash. I'm not going to call you trash just yet because I'm going to give you benefit of doubt because your first 2 years with 3 seasons with us have been very, very good. So I'm going to not get on your ass, but you better shape up. And here's another thing that's actually fucking me up. Kenneth Gainwell, I understand it's halftime, whatever. Explain to me why the fuck do you feel the need to respond to anybody during the game? Your sole focus. This is so. If you, for those that don't know, he had he responded on he was like, "Yo, stop talking to me, stop DMing me, boy, like little boy, something like that." So he was responding to somebody to an Instagram DM on halftime, and then Joey Shix was a little bit upset that he got a slap on the wrist, but I don't think it's. I think it was a mistake. I agree with Sirianni's decision not to do anything drastic, like cut him off the team or suspend. I know people want to see him suspended. No, I don't want that. Because I know what people want somebody else to step in instead of Gainwell, because Gainwell's not playing well for the last 3 games. But at the end of the day, I think that Gainwell, this is uncharacteristic for him to be this selfish. I think Gainwell he seemed like he's a solid dude from what I've seen, but this was a very, very bad look. This is very selfish on his part, and it's not helping his case. This reminds me of exactly what the fuck Quez Watkins was doing. You're doing the same thing. Why the fuck are you doing? I know it's halftime, but you're still in the middle of a fucking game. I'm thinking you want to like, oh shit, and you're losing, by the way. You're losing at the half. So why the fuck are you concerned about somebody else DMing you? Now, the dude was obviously out of bounds. Some of these fans, they're out of control with how they be talking to players. I get it. But at the end of the day, Gainwell, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you focused on, and on top of that, my nigga, this will make the situation worse. You fumbled the fucking football. Now, I didn't see the phone because my shit was buffering at that time, so I missed it. But again, when you fumbled the fucking football, and you're not running the ball well, you're not playing well. So your team is losing, you're not playing well, it's halftime. Why the fuck do you feel the need to respond and say, why is that your focus? My focus is on, oh shit, I need to pick up my game. Oh shit, I need to contribute something to this team to start winning this football game. That should be a focus. Get your shit together, man. Whatever it is, injury, you got to get some time to sit out. Whether or not you're mentally affected by DeAndre Swift taking your job, whatever the case may be, get that shit together. Because I'm about to start calling you trash in a minute. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, I still can't wrap my head around the fact that for 2-3 years, you've been giving us stellar play, and all of a sudden this year is completely different. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's one time. Next couple games I see you playing like garbage, I'm going to call you trash. I'm going to join the Joey Shakes hate train and call you fucking trash. Don't make me do that. I fuck with you game well, but you focusing on a fucking fan on social media. Fans talk shit. I talk shit. I try not to go too far, but sometimes I do. It is what it is. I'm just, very passionate about my team, but like I try not to go extreme, like just like nigga, it's just a game. But at the end of the day, it's like Gainwell, get your shit together. Stop fucking focusing on. Same thing I tell Quinn to tell you, get y'all motherfucking shits together, bro. Quez, unfortunately, because of how shit's going, it might be might be the beginning to end for him. You still got a spot on the team, and you still are very instrumental in this offense. With that said, I didn't like how he was being he was getting too many snaps over Swift when it didn't make any sense to. But it is what it is. Gainwell did catch some good passes off the backfield, but that DM and shit he was doing at halftime, out of fucking control. Definitely a huge no-no. And then that shitty performance that you've been putting up, especially these last couple games, no good. So I'll move on with that. So let's talk about the wide receivers, man. A.J. Brown. Goddamn. Devontae Smith my favorite receiver, and I'm going to stand on that, but goddamn, A.J. Brown is just so fucking good, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. People compare between him and T.O. He might be better than T.O. It sounds crazy me saying that he might be better than T.O., man. It's crazy me to say he might be better than T.O. Because let's look at it like this. When he was on the Titans, that's a run-dominant team with Derrick Henry. And Tannehill is mid. And he was dominating. And he's doing even more now. Like, this guy, man. It's between him and Tyreek Hill, the best receiver. If you had to ask, like, put a gun on my head, who the best receiver in the league? Because here's the thing. It's like, each of them have extremes of one thing. So, A.J. Brown has the extreme of physicality. But Tyreek Hill has an extreme of speed. So really it just depends on your preference. Because A.J. Brown's fast, he'll run you the fuck over, and he can block, and goddamn, that one-handed catch. Damn. And he's athletic. Tyreek Hill, not a nigga that might run you over, but he's going to shake the shit out you. His hands is impeccable. His route running is impeccable. And this nigga's like Denzel Washington when it comes to movies. Every time you know Denzel Washington's in a movie, you know that bitch gonna be good. Every time Tyreek Hill is in any type of offense or whatever, that motherfucker gonna have the quarterback will have an immediate 300-yard passing game. That's how fucking good Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is Denzel Washington being put in any kind of movie. He's that fucking good. So really, it just depends on your preference. I'm not gonna say Tyreek Hill is number one. I'm not even gonna say A.J. Brown's number one. Because it really just depends on what you look for. It's like, do you prefer a guy who can, a Calvin Johnson, or you prefer a guy like, how should I put it? You either prefer a T.O., like who's another guy that was fast as fuck that was elite like Tyreek Hill? Because Tyreek Hill's in a class by himself. Because we got a lot of guys with speed over the years, but not nobody with speed and elite hands. Elite hands and elite speed. I don't think we've ever had that in NFL history. Because most guys who have elite speed, they have trouble catching the football. Man, I think he's in a class by himself. Because if you really think about the top receivers of all time, they're not a Tyreek Hill prototype. Most Tyreek Hill prototypes, they can't catch they're out of the league early because they can't catch the ball, so they're moving to special teams. Tyreek Hill's in a class of his fucking own. You can have many prototypes for A.J. Brown, a T.O., a Calvin Johnson. There's not a prototype for Tyreek Hill. Just really think about, I would think about, especially the receiver we're talking about dominating this league now. Jamar Chase's, the Justin Jefferson's, Devontae Adams. They don't have fucking Tyreek Hill's prototype. And most, like I said, most people that have Tyreek Hill's prototype, they can't catch the ball. Nowhere near Tyreek Hill, not even half as good as Tyreek Hill. So honestly, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. And the closest thing I think to somebody who's fast and can catch the ball is Devontae Smith. That's it. And then Steve Smith Sr. That's pretty much it. So it's really, it depends on your preference. You understand where I'm coming from? But if we didn't have AJ Brown, this offense would really be in trouble. I mean, this nigga's single-handedly saving our asses week after week after week. Congratulations to him. He had 6 125-yard games, which breaks Calvin Johnson's record of 5 125-yard plus games. So congratulations to him. I love his mentality. He's like, yo, I'm not focused on this. But yo, it's going to be a time where I say, like, hey, you know, give himself a pat on the back. He's moving something about the Cowboys. I love that. That's why A.J. Brown, God damn it. Keep this fucking team together, bro. Whatever, how we got to do. Keep Devontae Smith. Retire Devontae Smith the Eagle. Retire A.J. Brown the Eagle. I swear you have to do this. It's a must. Goddard played pretty damn good. Got opportunities, and he made some plays, man. Let's see what else. Offensive line played pretty good. Oh, yeah, Opeta got injured. Shout out to Tyler Steen, man. He came up and he played really damn good. Love to see that Julio got a nice touchdown, some pretty good route. I think Hurts had him on a long, deep ball, just didn't connect. Don't talk shit about Almada Zaccheaus. I heard a couple people talk about him. Don't talk about Almada Zaccheaus. He did catch one ball, and actually he can play. It's just at the end of the day, the way his receiver, the position he's playing, wide receiver 3, they don't do a good job of really implementing that into the offense. You understand where I'm coming from? So, Almada Zaccheaus, nothing. Matter of fact, if I'm thinking about it like this, I think either Jalen Hurts underthrew the ball or I think he overthrew the football by just a tiny bit. So Zaccheaus could have had like a touchdown, like a really, really big gain down the field, just a missed opportunity. But Zaccheaus, I have no problem with. 0. And nobody should have a problem with him either. So shout out to Julio Jones. It was cool to see him get his first touchdown. So I think Zaccheaus took advantage of whatever opportunities came his way, which was little to none. Tyler Steen did a hell of a job stepping in for Sewell Opeta. Good thing is Jurgens might be clear to play against the Cowboys, which is I'm going to be happy. I want all of us to be at full strength. Okay? Offense did good. At the end of the day, Brian Johnson has to run the fucking ball with Swift. I'm not going to keep cursing him out and telling him this. It's either this nigga wants to be a good coordinator or he doesn't. I'm tired of calling this nigga trash, ass. Because regardless, this motherfucker, Sirianni's going to allow this motherfucker to do whatever he wants to do. I'm not letting Sirianni ass off the hook either because he's implemented a system where he does not do a good job of utilizing these running backs. He did the same shit with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders was killing shit, and Sirianni didn't game plan him to give him the fucking football. So Sirianni, I'm not just leaving you out this fucking thing. Brian Johnson, you're fucking garbage. But Sirianni, I'm not going to call you garbage, but I'm going to say that you definitely are at fault for why DeAndre Swift isn't getting the football more. Okay? And no, despite the fact that many Eagles fans are upset about your response, I think you did the right thing about, you know, defending Gainwell with the fumbling thing. And but you need to stop having Gainwell in over Swift over and over again. I'm not saying Gainwell needs to play. I get it. He's our third down running back, but you're treating him like he's competing for a starting job, and you can't do that. Swift is clearly our fucking starter, and he's showing it week after week after week. Y'all just, you know, Johnson's a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing his job. Moving on. I think it's Devontae Smith had a little bit of a deja vu with the goddamn with that little catch drop. Now, I'm gonna be realistic with you. Niggas like, they're cheating. Here's a reality situation. That's on Rivera. If Rivera's not paying attention and he getting caught napping, what the fuck? I mean, like, listen, if this nigga getting caught about, you know, daydreaming about Cam Newton, how the fuck is that our fault? It's not. You tell Rivera to open his eyes. Stop thinking about fucking Cam Newton. His quarterback is Sam Howell. Nigga don't coach the Panthers the more he coached the Commanders. Tell his ass to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Washington just committed suicide for their season because you gave up 2 of their best, outside of that Payne guy, you gave up 2 of your best defensive players on your roster. So that was pretty fucking dumb. And the season's not even over with. Just because you lost to us twice doesn't mean your season's over with. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they basically just said, fuck our season, we're going to just tank. Which really, I don't get why you're tanking, because you really need an you got your quarterback, or you need an offensive, you need a bunch of fucking offensive line. You need an overload. When you get veterans, whether you get some draft well, you need an overload of offensive linemen coming into next season. So I don't know why they're tanking. They getting a skilled player is just stupid at this point, unless you're getting another linebacker or whatever. Really, offensive line is where the Commanders' priority should be next season. Devontae Smith played really good. Got a nice wide open touchdown too. I think he had 99 yards. We almost had 2 guys with 100 yards worth of receiving. Damn, I wanted that to happen, but it didn't. I want to talk about Mark Schlereth, aka Mark Shrek. Mark Shrek. Because he has to look like the fucking donkey from Shrek, little ugly ass nigga. Let me tell you a little... I'm about to say fuck it. Because I criticize Weapon X for talking about CTE, boy. But I'm about to do the same thing to this nigga. But I'm going to call your ass Mark Shrek. Mark Shrek, you donkey ass nigga. Boy. Let me tell you motherfuckers ass something right now. You little fucking potato beard, Mr. Potato Head looking ass nigga. Let me tell you something right now. You Omni-Man looking motherfucker. You General Ross looking ass nigga. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Little fucking ugly ass Marvel villain looking ass nigga, old Thanos face ass nigga. Boy, let me tell your ass something. You fucking suck at your job. Don't start talking shit about Eagles fan because you were saying dumb shit throughout the telecast. And this couple examples weren't even the entirety of the shit he was saying. He said that the PI, he was like, oh my, nigga was bitching, nigga was having like fucking a goddamn orgasm thinking about the 90s. He was like, the game has gotten soft, that wasn't a PI. Even though everybody and they fucking mama can see that the dude, whoever the fuck was guarding AJ Brown on that play, was clearly holding him back from catching the football. This nigga was like, the game is so soft. I don't know why they called that PI call. Then the fucking play-by-play announcer, the same face, he was like, yeah, well, technically he impeded his and stopped him from catching the ball, which everybody in mama said, but he was playing that shit cool as fuck. I'm like, yo, tell that nigga, I would be like, no, actually, he was actually stopped from catching the ball. I would have said it like that. Would have been like, I think he was trying to save face. So the play-by-play announcer a dumbass too. But this nigga said some stupid shit. That's not a PI call. He did, this game is so soft. What happened to we used to got the what's they used to call that shit? You got buzzed or whatever. I forgot what segment it was. I forgot. Shit. Something like that. You got buzzed or some shit along those lines. This nigga was like, I used to do helmet to helmet hits. I used to love that shit. Used to feel like a big ass hug. You little fucking big ass oversized Five Nights at Freddy's teddy bear looking ass nigga. Like you suck at your job. Then this nigga a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4 whatever ridiculous said, I'm surprised you ever see this. I'm surprised you ever see the tush push. Why the fuck we do a tush push on 3rd and medium, you dumbass? So don't get mad at fucking Eagles fan because you suck at your job. You fucking suck at your job. I don't know what else you want us to say. I don't know if you want to blame get mad at your fucking brain for taking so many hits while you're in your career. I don't know if you want to get mad, but you need to get mad at yourself. You fucking suck at your job. This nigga got to us. Yeah, well, the Philadelphia Eagles fans are so miserable. How the fuck are we miserable? We have the best team in the NFL. And we have the best record in the NFL. How are we miserable? How? Because you fucking suck at your job? Like you're miserable with the fact that you said, niggas was getting on Tony Romo for not studying film last year. They didn't get on your ass. Why the fuck do you're a dumb jock. You're a dumb jock, sir. And you're an offensive lineman. I don't think did you even make a fucking Pro Bowl? You're a nobody. I didn't even fucking hear about your name until this game. So shut your dumb ass up. You fucking suck, you dumb ass Thanos head, you big ass fucking tea kettle head ass nigga. You suck at your fucking job. Get over that shit. Nigga, you talking about Eagles fans, well, you know why I love Philly fans. Fuck you on behalf of Philly. Fuck you. We don't like you. You're a fucking dumb jock. You saying dumb ass shit, and instead of taking accountability for saying, yo, I didn't really put, I made some mistakes that gave me own up to it. You want to blame fucking Philly fans? We don't have nothing to do with you, bitch. You're not Pinocchio. We're not moving your little big ass arms and them big ass vacuum cleaner lips of yours to go talk, nigga. You're saying those words coming out of your mouth. You're thinking that shit. And I don't know what the hell else your little fat ass must be thinking about, nigga. A goofy ass. Oh, clayface looking ass. Let me tell you something right now, like, bruh, you suck at your fucking job, Omni-Man. Look like a fat ass Omni-Man. You suck at your job, sir. That has nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. What the fuck that do? If you're saying dumb shit during your telecast and you're calling us miserable, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. That's like the worst comeback I ever heard. And how the fuck are we invincible if we have the best team in the NFL and Jalen Hurts, our quarterback, had his best fucking game as an Eagle and whooped ass? And AJ Brown is torching the fucking league right now. Why the fuck would we be invincible? I don't understand it. Make it make sense. So yeah, this fucking dumb jock. Moving on from Mark Shrek. Moving on from the offense to defense. I told y'all last week, the end of my video, I said, decide if he plays like if he play calls like he did against Washington in the last game at the link, we're gonna get our ass beat. I didn't even fucking mention the offense, and I didn't mention it for a reason because we actually did good. Just we missed opportunities. Excuse me. Literally, I swear to God, the exact what the fuck I said the last video happened with this video. Sorry, so happened with this game, not this video. Sorry, happened with this game. Desai had guys back. I mean, Sam Howell was looking like fucking Josh Allen at his best when Josh Allen was like, after he had that hideous first week and he, cleaned up his interceptions a little bit, we had this nigga looking like Josh Allen. So, by the way, for Washington Commanders fans, I'm going to give y'all this. Sam Howell was a fucking baller. Y'all got a quarterback. I was talking shit about him earlier, but like, y'all got a quarterback for real, for real. It's not his fault. He's going to make mistakes from here and there. He's brand new to the offense. His first official full starting season. So he's not going to be perfect, but y'all got a baller. The GM got to do their job and get some offensive linemen in the building. They got to get a shit ton of offensive linemen. I'm revamping the whole line. Get right guard, right tackle, left tackle. I'm revamping that whole motherfucking shit. I'm even throwing in some vets in free agency. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that my team is ready to go. Like, I'm taking some notes from Howie Capone, and I'm bringing a whole bunch of. I'm focusing on straight trenches this year. If I'm the Commanders walking into this offseason, but you got a baller in Sam Howell. Even though Desai basically gave this nigga a clean pocket all fucking game and had guys back all game. At the end of the day, like, Sam Howell is a really damn good player. I think he's a top 10 quarterback this year. I know that's a stretch to say, but maybe not the top 5, but I'd say between 7 and 10, I think is a fair place to put him. Sam Howell is a really damn good quarterback. You gotta get in that offense. He's been sacked too many goddamn times, but he can play. He did throw an interception that was his fault to Blankenship, but I want to talk about a few things. That's it. First off, the size play call was absolute dog shit. No blitzing. Little to no blitzing. That's a bit... Like, they had moments we were man-to-man. It's just that everybody was getting their ass whooped. Everybody was getting their ass whooped. Everybody. Sidney Brown got his ass whooped. And I just see Sidney Brown get a lot of playing time. He had a really good first quarter, tackling and stopping the run, but he got his ass beat. Blankenship got his ass beat, but I'm not going to blame him because I'm going to make a comparison with Reed Blankenship. I'm going to say Reed Blankenship reminds me a lot of Luka Doncic in basketball. It's like... he has really, really good instincts. Blankenship, he has good instincts, but he's not fast and athletic enough. So oftentimes, when I seen him get beat with passes, and Howell's out there throwing fucking dots, them balls is coming fast. Pause. The ball's coming fast. So, Blankenship not really being that athletic, not really being that fast, yeah, he's going to be late reactive because his body just, it's certain capabilities that he can't really do. You understand where I'm coming from? But yeah, Blankenship, I don't have a problem with. He did get an interception to make up for, some of the times he got his ass beat. But I'm not blaming Blankenship as much because at the end of the day, it's like, he's only but so much he can do when he's not that fast and athletic. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, he can't do what the fuck Landon Collins was doing like his first couple years as a New York Giant. You understand where I'm coming from? Because he doesn't have that athletic capabilities. It's just not in him. So I excuse him. Bayer was quiet, but I like how he accepted accountability. I'm not going to get on him, and the reason being because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson also had the same issue. He was like slow as far as, him getting ready. As far as him coming into his own as a player and getting used to the system, it took him a minute. So if it took Chauncey Gardner-Johnson a minute, and look how he blossomed at the end of the year, regardless of how you feel about how you talk shit about our fans, about him leaving or about him taking a different contract, whatever the case may be, we talk about shit 1,000 times. I'm not talking about the contracts again. But regardless of how you feel about him leaving, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson came into his own and he played really damn good. He played at a Pro Bowl level. We got Kevin Byard as a top 5 safety in this league. He just got here. I'm not expecting him to go crazy. I think he was a little bit too quiet for my taste, but He accepted accountability. He understood that he, you know, as a unit, he had a lot to work on, and I'm cool with that. All right. Josh Sweat almost out of pressure. Milton Williams played pretty damn good. He just got injured, but he came back in the game. Jalen Carter, I'm a little bit nervous about. But the good thing is, all signs point that, you know, he might play against Dallas, but he got a back injury. He had an MRI. So far, not too much news on that. Jordan Davis, I don't know why the fuck he wasn't playing that often. It makes no sense to me. So either he was dealing with an injury, low-key, and nobody say nothing about it, because it didn't make sense why Bill Williams was getting more playing time with Jordan Davis. It makes no sense to me. Cox played really good. He came really big in the fourth quarter. He did a really good job in the fourth quarter, coming through in the clutch. Fletcher Cox is just an all-around legend, man. Not just a legendary defensive tackle, period. One of the best to ever play his position, just period. Underrated. Not just he gets more credit as an Eagle than he is as a defensive tackle and his totality in the league, but he's really damn good. Brandon Graham was pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out who else. Oh yeah, I was gonna forget. Kentavious Street got traded, so the 6th round pick that we get. So I didn't mention the numbers last time. I mentioned it real quick now. We give a 5th and 6th round pick for next year for Kevin Byard. We ended up getting that 6th round pick with a trade for Kentavious Street. So there is an open roster spot yet. Word is that Howie's looking for another corner or an edge rusher. I don't think we really need anybody, but you know it doesn't hurt to add another piece, I guess. Just nothing too crazy because we don't need an all-man team. You know, so I think we're good for those. I think Kevin Byard getting that safety position locked up was the biggest need, and we took care of that, right? I think we can play Brad Roby when he gets back from nickel. I think Sidney Brown, even though he struggled a little bit in the coverage, we can give him another chance. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if I didn't mention already, big ass hit in the fourth quarter from Sidney Brown, so that was cool. Moving up to the defense, Morrow, you heard his name. Like Morrow made a couple good plays in coverage. Zach Cunningham was really, really good in coverage. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out who else. N'Kobe Dean made a lot of tackles, but I'm going to keep an eye on N'Kobe Dean because I don't like the way he's playing. When I seen this tape in Georgia, this nigga had no weaknesses. Now all of a sudden, he's just like struggling in coverage, and I didn't expect that. Like this nigga was catching interceptions like crazy in college, and now, I'm not saying I want him to be like Jordan Hicks or whatever, which I hope we get him built. It won't happen because he's playing too goddamn good for Minnesota right now. By the way, praise out to Kirk Cousins. He got an ACL injury. Much as I talk about him being, you know, not finishing in the clutch, it's really fucked up because if I wanted him the season and I wanted to end on him not playing well, not necessarily him getting a fucked up injury like this. So praise out to Kirk Cousins. That's messed up how he had to have his season ended over ACL. And the bad part about it is his contract is up. So hopefully if he goes to another team, resign with the Vikings, whatever the case may be, hopefully everything turns out good for him. Okay? So moving on with that. So about the linebackers already. Slay missed some tackles, which is uncanny. I used to say that Slay's a bad tackler. I don't know what fucking games y'all watch. Slay's a very good tackler. I just think in coverage, he just... You know what's the problem what I seen in the first quarter, first half? It's like the defense was just sluggish. They were late reacting to everything. So really quick about N'Kobe Dean before I go into Slay. N'Kobe Dean, 11 tackles, got a lot of tackles, but you know I don't think that stat really stands out. I think he needs to do more. So he's either still harboring an injury. I'm not going to ready to call him a bust. I'm still going to be patient and get his first full year starting. I need to see more out of N'Kobe Dean, especially in coverage, because he was always decent at coverage. He was a fucking field general in Georgia. So again, I'm going to be patient with him. I'm going to let him play out his full season, but I need to start seeing some dress because Nolan Smith is whooping ass. He's not even getting that much playing time. Nolan Smith is whooping ass in his first year. N'Kobe Dean, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you need to. I need to see more from you. I'm not going to call you ass, but you high on my radar. I'm going to keep an eye on N'Kobe Dean for sure. So Slay. Like I said, people call him a bad tackler. They're on crack cocaine because he's not a bad. He's actually a really good tackler. I think that in coverage, he needs to work on utilizing his hands. I think he needs to work on utilizing his instincts more instead of just following what the play is telling him to do. Go if you got instincts to go make a break on the ball, go do that. He's done it this year. I need to see him do more of that. I need to see him make more effort plays. I think that oftentimes he's too damn late to shit, and he's not. You know, elite corners play off instinct. They don't just do what they're told. And that's why I feel like Slay be doing so much what he's told. Do that, but great corners know how to say, fuck what I'm told. I know a play is coming. I'm certain I can go get that fucking ball, and I'm going to take it. So I need to see more instinctual plays from Slay. I need to see him step up more and play better. He acknowledged it again, but I just need to see him play better overall. He's got some takeaways this season, so I'm happy with that. But I need to see more from Darius Slay. Bradbury is concerned. Bradbury, I think, is falling off, if you ask me. I think last year he was really, really good. I think that He has times where a little bit of last year comes in, but I'm not really liking the way Bradbury's playing as a whole overall this year. I'm not going to say he's trash because he's not, but I'm more on, compared to Slay and Kobe Dean, I'm on high alert for Bradbury. I'm very close to saying Bradbury is washed up, which doesn't make any sense because he's actually younger than Darius Slay. I don't even think the nigga's even in his 30s yet. So Bradbury, you gotta get your shit together. You get beat in coverage way too much. You clearly are uncomfortable pressing. You need to work on that part. You need to learn how to be comfortable with pressing. I think oftentimes that Sean Desai doesn't want to press as much because those corner, Slay and him maybe not as comfortable playing press coverage, and they're really zone corners. But Bradbury, if you want to be elite, because I think you have some elite ability. I need to see more of it because I'm not gonna lie. If we're looking at the bigger picture this season, I'm not impressed with the way you're playing. Because I'm about to say, like, y'all niggas smoking crack. They talking about something. We got to go get Patrick Surtain. But then I'm looking at the way Bradbury is playing this season. I'm like, I see why they're talking about the way they do. So Bradbury, I need you to play better. I'm not liking the way you're playing. Like overall, the bigger picture this season, I see you make plays from time to time. But I don't like the way your playing is overall this season. I'm gonna need you to step it up a little bit. I wasn't about to call you trash. Slay, a little bit inconsistent for me, but I think Slay's in a better place if you ask me than Bradbury. I think Bradbury's on like, I'm about to call this nigga trash. Slay is like, he's inconsistent, but I'm not ready to call him trash. I just need Slay to step it up. But Bradbury, you definitely got to fucking step it up. Byron wants to get quiet. So I'm trying to think of who else I'm going to have a conversation. Oh, Eli Ricks. He the future, man. Made some great tackles, especially in that first half, And the funny thing is, Sirianni told us, yeah, we gotta challenge the receivers more, and we gotta put pressure on Howell. And normally second half, Desai making adjustments. Desai made no fucking adjustments. So Hassan Reddick got a clutch forced fumble. That was nice to see. And that pretty much ended the game. Fucking Britton Covey would have had a touchdown. Nolan Smith didn't run it to him. Maybe not a touchdown, but a big ass game. A big ass game. Yeah, Britton Covey, man, goddamn, I'm sorry, bro. I talk way too much shit about. I'm looking at, bro. You can fucking play. Braden, man, I called nigga trash a little bit earlier to see because I wasn't impressed, but Braden, man, is a damn good punter. Had like a couple 50 yards. I think he averaged like 58-ish with the punt return. So, Braden, man, doing this thing. Dallas game, gotta come ready. You know what's funny? I know it's early week, I know it's only Tuesday, but I'm surprised Dallas ain't talking shit yet. Because Parsons is fighting if he wants to stay a Cowboy or be a fucking Philadelphia. Because this nigga, like, I like players to give us our credit, but that nigga is doing too much. That nigga's like having, we need a team meeting. Like, as a player, listen, I like that you're giving us our respect. I like that you're being cordial. I respect that. But you got to have a little bit of fuck the Eagles. You gotta have a little bit of fuck the Giants, fuck the Commanders. Cause you're rivals. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to be that fucking nice to us to the point where it's like, yo, my nigga, just put on our jersey. Cause at this point, that's what it's looking like. Like Michael Parsons wants to get a generational fucking talent, top 2, 3-ish defensive player in this league. I'm thinking more or less top 2. Y'all pick how y'all want to do that. I think T.J. Watt's the best defender in the league. I think that Michael Parsons is right below him. I think he's second place. But Parsons, you're a hell of a player. Hell of a player. I respect the hell out of you as a player. I actually like some of the things you've been doing. But you got, brother, if you got to have a little bit. I'm not saying you got to do what the fuck Kittle did and put their shirt up and say fuck the Cowboys or fuck the Eagles or some shit like that. But I need to see you say, yo, fuck the Eagles. We're going to beat their ass. I need to see a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? I need to see a little bit of competition. I need to see a little bit of because you're my nigga. Like, we might as well just yo, have Howie Capone do like a little fucked up deal and get you on the team, bro. We need you to, we need some more linebacker DES hybrid anyway. We could definitely use you on the team. Honestly, I'm a little hesitant because I like Nolan Smith. They just got to play more, but goddamn, bro, you might as well put on the fucking Eagle jersey at this point. You're giving us too much credit, buddy. I respect the hell out of you as a player. I actually love some of the real life takes you make. You're a smart, intelligent guy, and I actually you seem you seem like a cool dude, but it got to be a little bit of fuck the Eagles. Just a little bit of fuck. And as a fan, I'm like, I ain't going to get mad at you. I'm like, oh, you're supposed to be fuck. It's like we're supposed to say a little bit fuck the Cowboys. It got to be fuck the Eagles. It's a tiny bit of fuck the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise it makes him like my nigga. Just put on the Eagles jersey already. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Michael Parsons, but it need to be a little bit of, screw the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So Don't come in this game taking it lightly. Prescott's going to make sure he's going to be fired up because the media is talking shit about him. So he's going to make it our business to really try to fuck us up. They're going to be looking at the Commanders game. They're looking at the Jets game. I'm pretty sure they are. We need to be ready. I think the run game, we can make them one-dimensional. But Bradbury and Slay, y'all niggas have to step the fuck up because Prescott's going to have like a fucking 500-yard game against you. Think fucking Howell's bad? That nigga's going to have a 500-yard game if he fuck around and take it lightly because CeeDee Lamb's got his groove going on and he's like the Cowboys, they on a high right now. So be very careful. Dak Prescott, he got a chip on his shoulder because he's tired of niggas talking shit about him. So don't take this team lightly. Decide, do your fucking job. Blitz more, take more pressure, press guys a little bit more than what you're doing. Because the last couple games, 3 games or so, I was fucking with, not Washington, the Jets and the Miami game, I was fucking with your play calling. This time around, not so much. So like your play calling was dog shit. Need you to step with this game. Offense, I'm not as worried. Lane Johnson's gonna take care of Michael Parsons. We're not worried about him. That nigga probably gonna like sit up there and probably dive or fake an injury so we can get a free touchdown or some shit. Corners are gonna beat their ass because Trayvon Diggs isn't playing, so I'm not worried about them. I ain't worried about nobody. Literally, all I got is fucking Michael Parsons. I ain't worried about Banner, Ash, whoever the fuck they got on that other side of the team. I'm not worried about nobody. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace. All right.